Hello, my name is D'Angelo Bridges, and today we're going to talk about one of the most difficult tasks for an instructor, facilitating a classroom discussion. And we're going to give you some how-tos so that you have some kind of basis for how to do and perform a classroom discussion. I've noticed that facilitating a classroom discussion is by far one of the most daunting tasks for an instructor to do. To start, students must feel comfortable with talking to one another. As an instructor, this can be encouraged by creating a warm environment at the beginning of the course. Having an inviting syllabus that constructs students as co-learners with the instructor so as to make for a more inviting setting for all of the students. And this makes for an easier teaching session for the teacher as well. There is also in the syllabus room to add jokes and be funny here and there, just so it makes it a little bit more inviting for the students and they feel a little bit more comfortable from day one. Consider also the geography of the classroom and the space itself. Are students able to see one another? Or are they sitting in rows facing the front of the room? Is it possible to create a circle or a semicircle so that students feel more comfortable and they can see everyone in the classroom? And it makes it a little bit more inviting a setting. Establish criteria for a good discussion at the onset of the class. You might even consider having students develop these criteria themselves so as to make for a team building session that first day in the classroom. Hold the students responsible for bringing good issues/questions for their discussions. Be a really good listener. Respond in such a way that it displays that you've heard and understood the questions or the comments that students have made in relationship with the reading or the tasks you've asked the students to perform. You can also validate questions either by expanding on or challenging them and encourage students to challenge notions you've developed so that it makes it more of a co-learning environment for all of the students, and it makes it an easier environment for the students to be productive in. Good discussion takes some time to warm up to. Maybe start with a quick write, or you can even start with a quick discussion. Quick writes are really good because it allows for students to gather their ideas and reference the text or whatever medium you've chosen to work with. This will make it easier for the students to discuss in a larger group. You can have them pair share, you can have them then talk with a larger group. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so he asked us, where do we see selling the story interfering with telling the story? Do you see that in the book?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, so this is supposed to be Eli Wiesel's actual account of.
One of the most important aspects of this, though, however, is have a few good discussion questions, one general direction you would like the class to go in, and then also allow room for organic or fluid discussions so that the students don't feel like the discussion is guided by you and not facilitated by you, which is completely different, because if students feel like you're guiding the discussion, it doesn't allow for them to actually participate in the conversation, and they're more or less just bystanders in the classroom. Whereas if they're allowed to have more fluid and organic conversations, it makes for a more rich discussion of the text that you're reading.